recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivia Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivia Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
No. Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out of me. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivia Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Welcome back to Trivia Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. This is not Jonathan. We've kicked Jonathan out of the room again because guess what, ladies? It's the women's episode.
Yay!
Yay! So I am joined in the room by Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Carmela. Hello.
Yes,
everybody.
We've also got Katie Sekelsky.
Hello.
Toni Rask. Hello.
Yep. Hello.
And Lisa Wolfisch. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
So we have a room and computer full of ladies. So Katie, we're going to start with you. I know you've been on the show before, but just remind everyone who you are, what you do, and something interesting about yourself.
Hi, I'm Katie Sekelsky. I live in Ohio. I'm a graphic designer by day, and I run a little trivia thing called The Inkling in the evening. I've been interested in trivia my whole life, from academic bowl in high school through pub quiz these days.
Cool. Toni, tell people who you are, what you do, and something interesting about yourself, because this is your first time on the show.
Yeah, this is my first time. I'm really excited. I'm Toni. I live in Boryang, South Korea, which is on the west coast, right on the Yellow Sea. I teach English. I have loved trivia my whole life, from memorizing Brain Quest, flip cards, in car rides, and doing Knowledge Bowl and making it so no one wants to play Trivial Pursuit with me, and pub trivia in college, Knowledge Bowl captain 3 years in a row in high school, like everything. So
something else that's interesting about Toni. Toni, it is about 1:30 in the afternoon where I am. What time is it where you are?
It is 3:30 a.m.
Yeah,
you're it is the middle of the night. You know,
I think that is the biggest time difference that we've ever recorded in. So welcome.
Wow. Yeah, it's I think 14 hours for you guys. Yeah, 14 hours.
Yeah, you're in the future. It's Sunday where you are.
How is it?
Mm-hmm.
Did anything bad happen?
Anything we need to know?
All right, Lisa, tell everyone who you are, what you do, and something interesting about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Wolfisch. I live just outside of Washington, D.C. Something interesting. I like to travel a lot, go on, various trips, cruises. I'm fortunate I get to travel sometimes for work, do some exciting trips. I play in Learned League. I've had some one days, and I have a one day coming up this year also.
All right, awesome. So, like I said, we've kicked Jonathan out of the room. He's literally not even in the room,
Nope.
Lauren. He's downstairs. He's hanging out with Sebastian, which is cool. So the boys are downstairs. We're upstairs, and we're going to get started. So let's get into Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
So our Warm It Up, Chris question comes to us from Katie Lindemann. So thank you very much, Katie. And the theme is familial band names. This is a list of familial sounding band names. The game is to identify whether or not any members of the band are actually related. So I'll give you the band name. You'll tell me if they're related or they're not related.
I like this.
Yeah, so this sounded pretty cool.
That'll be fun.
So Katie, we're going to start with you.
All right.
The Allman Brothers.
I'm going to say yes, related.
They are related. They were formed by the brothers Greg and Dwayne Allman. Toni, you have Anthony and the Johnsons.
No, they're not related.
That is correct. They're not related. It was a former project of experimental artist Anthony and her collaborators. Lisa, the Partridge Family.
Not related. Except for two. So related? I don't know.
I have it as not related. The Partridge Family is a fictional sitcom family. So they were all just actors.
So maybe they're related on the show, but they're not related in real life. That could be what's going on.
I think that's what they meant.
Denny Bonaducci.
Yeah. Lauren, you get the Andrews sisters.
Oh, they are related?
They are. It's composed of sisters Laverne, Maxine, and Patty Andrews.
And they're from Minnesota.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm from Minnesota too, but that's...
All right, Katie, the Yin Yang twins.
I know little to nothing about them, but I'm going to say not related.
They are not related. They were formed by friends Eric Jackson and D'Angelo Holmes. Toni, you get the Ramones.
I always forget if... I feel like two of them were actually related, but I'm going to go not related.
They were not related. They all adopted the last name of Ramon, but they weren't actually related.
That's like the coolest thing in the world to me, though. I love the fact that like they all did that. They're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're just all going to be fine. I'm going to be Joey Ramone. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
All right, Lisa, you get the Pointer Sisters.
Pointer Sisters. I'm going to say yes, related.
They are related. They originally consisted of June, Bonnie, Anita, and Ruth Pointer. The group now includes Ruth's daughters Isa Pointer and their granddaughter Sadako Pointer.
So it's like the Pointer grandmothers.
Yeah, it's just a Pointer family at this point.
Just all the pointing.
Pointer ladies.
The Pointer ladies. I want to say something, but I don't want to jinx what's going on. I feel like we've gotten them all right up to this point.
Yes, you have.
And now I'm probably going to get this wrong.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh, God.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Not related.
They are related.
Damn it! I knew it was going to happen that way.
You jinxed yourself.
I did.
Not all of the members of the band are related, but the group was originally formed by Sly and Freddie Stone and included their sister Rose Stone.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
Katie, the Avett Brothers.
Okay, I know who they are, but I don't know much about their personal life, but I'm going to say not related.
They are related.
Oh, no.
They're formed by brothers Scott
you ruined the whole
and
thing
Zach
over
Avett.
there.
I ruined it.
Lauren, you are the mistress of chaos.
I'm chaotic good.
Me too. High five.
Yeah.
All right, Toni, you get the Cocteau twins.
Never heard of them.
Me neither, so...
Not related.
They are not related. The band is named after a song by Johnny and the Self-Abusers, which... Okay.
Sorry.
Look, man, I didn't write the list, okay?
Oh, my.
Lisa, you get the Flying Burrito Brothers.
The Flying Burrito Brothers. I have no idea. I will guess related.
They are not related. The band had dozens of rotating members during their various iterations. I've never heard of the Flying Burrito Brothers.
The Flying Burrito Brothers. Now, I'm just going to be, since they sound familiar to me, and I think they're probably like there are a lot of classic people that we know that were in the band.
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious because it makes me want a burrito, not necessarily a flying one. But
so past
were they like
members,
a super group?
Yeah, they kind of were. Graham Parsons was in it.
Oh, wow.
I was looking somebody up before. Yeah, there were a lot of people in here, but it was mostly I don't know. Graham Parsons is the only one I recognize offhand. But they were formed in like 1969, and they're still kicking it with different members. They're kind of like the Doctor Who of bands.
Yeah.
They just add different people as you go.
It sounds like it would be an awesome restaurant, though.
Flying Burrito Brothers?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Just throw the burrito right in your face.
Yes. Lauren, you get Sister Sledge.
I'm going to go related.
They are related. The group consists of Debbie, Joni, Kim, and Kathy Sledge.
So they are family?
They are.
Are they the ones who did We Are Family?
I think they did.
Yeah.
They are.
All right. I think we got 4 more. That's perfect. All right. Katie, the Everly Brothers.
I believe they are related.
They are related. They are Dawn and Phil Everly. Toni, the Scissor Sisters.
Again, I feel like this is one of the bands where like 2 members are related and the rest of them aren't. I'm going to say not related.
They are not related. I love the description on this is the colorful dance pop group is named after stuff that you probably can't talk about on the podcast.
That's right.
True. That's exactly what they're named after.
All right. And let's see here. Lisa, you get the Smiths.
The Smiths. The Smiths not related.
They are not related. Despite having a song that I really, really, really love, Morrissey is an insufferable human being.
Yeah.
So Morrissey chose the band name because it was the most ordinary name he could think of. And as someone with the last name Smith, screw you. And last but certainly not least, Lauren, you get Nelson.
I don't know. I don't think I've heard of Nelson.
I haven't either, so I'm not going to be much help.
I have.
Related.
They are related. So good guess. Nelson are twin brothers, Matthew and Gunnar Nelson.
Oh,
my cat's name is Nelson.
Nelson.
Is that Willie Nelson's?
They had the long. No, they had the.
I think they were
long
Ricky
hair.
Nelson.
Rick Nelson's sons. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking Willie Nelson does have a son, or I have a son that is a singer, but.
Oh my God. My brother loved this one Nelson song. I think he did.
I love that your scripture, like, they're the ones with the long hair. I'm like, that's most rock outfits.
They had like ridiculous hair. I can't live without your love and affection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I feel good now.
So that was your Warm It Up, Chris, which I think that was very fun. That was a cool idea. So thank you very much, Katie. So, ladies, this is going to be on one of the free episodes on the feed. So if you are interested in any of the episodes that twice a month are on the Patreon feed, and as well as all of our past episodes, you can go to patreon.com/trivia warfare. And for as little as $5 a month, you can have access to our entire archive and the 2 episodes a month that are on the private feed. So there you go, Jonathan. I remembered. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the game. The game is going to be Lauren and Lisa versus Katie and Toni. I'm hosting, obviously. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hello, everyone. This is Carmela inviting you to the game. Is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. Each round has 3 questions, and each correct answer will get you 10 points. And in the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause, which, by the way, what does that even mean, pause for the cause? Ben, Jonathan, who wrote this? We're not pausing. The game is continuing. Anyway, we have a midpoint. It's worth 20 points. It could be juicy points, it could be regular points, whatever your preference. And then after the 6th round, you can risk it all in a series of themed questions that we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy. So let's get started. Wham. All right, your first category in round 1 is last words. In American Horror Story Coven, Myrtle Snow, played by Frances Conroy, is a witch on the council with a penchant for high fashion. Toward the end of the series, she is, spoiler alert, burned at the stake, and her last word is the name of a luxury fashion house founded in 1917. What is the name of the fashion house?
Ooh. I just watched this season,
Yeah, I haven't watched the show.
Maybe 3 months ago.
Watched a few episodes, but not from that season.
Okay, I think we're going to lock in.
And then, since they're locked in, Toni and Katie, you can talk out loud.
Okay. I know that she was very, very high fashion, a lot of quirky, bright colors for a witch. I'm just trying to think of fashion houses founded that early. Especially
that would have bright colors, if that's part of it. Because I don't think it's Lily Pulitzer.
No.
Yeah.
It might. My only thought is that it could be. Oh, I was like, maybe it could be Chanel, but I don't think that that's almost like the right aesthetic for her. But I could be crazy too.
Since you've seen it, I will yield towards whatever you want to say, because I would just be throwing out a random luxury house name. So.
Man, I was a finalist in the style mini league on Learned League too, and I just can't. I think I'm okay to lock in with Chanel or Coco Chanel. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Lauren, what did you and Lisa go with?
Well, I think we both kind of had the same thought sort of at the same time. It was like, what could this be? And then I said, Chanel?
And I kind of pulled into my evening bag of nothing and also took out Chanel.
Evening bag of nothing. Was it a Chanel bag of nothing?
Yeah, that was my question.
All right, so you guys both went with Chanel. Myrtle Snow, dressed in red and in sunglasses while she's being burned at the stake, screams Balenciaga.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I haven't even heard of that, I don't think.
Never heard of Balenciaga?
There's a reason I did not play in the style mini leagues. So.
I think I probably stopped watching that season once Stevie Nicks was done.
Yeah, I could see you doing that. That was definitely
great.
a post Stevie Nicks moment.
Yeah. No, I know I watched it, but I think I rewatched the Stevie Nicks episode, and
Yeah, and that was it.
that was it.
All right, so moving on to the next category. What's in a name? Iconic Nintendo character Princess Peach made her first appearance in Super Mario Bros. In 1985. While her name was always Peach, in the English translation of the game, the manual had what name listed for her?
I think I might need some more brain juice. I started with T. Maybe it should have been something stronger.
I have tea over here as well, and it's only herbal.
Oh, no.
I think we're going to lock in.
Oh, okay.
I
was
also-
like,
So you've heard this recently.
Yeah, and I think it was when I was doing, trying to get some background for, I don't even remember what it was. Trivia related, something trivia related, I'm sure. Like a category at our pub night or something.
So was it like a real name, or was it like damsel in distress, or, female number 2 or something like that?
Something generic.
You might know me for my credits as female number 2.
Number 2.
Is it something related to Bowser, or was Bowser even in the early games? I assume he was. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I think maybe. Sorry, I just realized that it's 3:30 in the morning and my neighbors might be sleeping.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you can be as loud as you want with us.
Yeah. Is this something to do with Koopa Troopa, or I feel like
Queen Koopa. I don't know.
like Princess Koopa Peach, or Peach Koopa, or specifically maybe just Koopa, like Peach Koopa.
That sounds fine to me. I've never heard it, but I haven't heard I have no reason I would have heard the right answer, so it's not going to sound familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm not a big gamer, so I've played Mario, but
Same.
I'm not crazy about a lot of Nintendo offerings. So it would be maybe like Peach Koopa.
Sounds good to me.
All right. We'll
Peach
lock in
Koopa.
with Peach Koopa.
Lauren and Lisa?
Lisa, do you want to start? Do you? I don't know. Did you have? We didn't really talk all that much about it.
Oh
No, because she was like, I'm not really into video games, and I said okay. But I remember my brother played this quite a bit, and my brain seemed to remember Princess Toadstool, so that's what we went with.
Like I said, her name was always Peach, but Americans knew her as Princess Toadstool.
Oh, no.
So Toadstool is the answer.
Good one, Lauren.
Thank you.
Your last category in the round is Who Run the World?
Girls.
Girls.
Sorry.
What species of primates, formerly known as pygmy chimpanzees, have a social structure based on the females of the group? Behavior studies of the species show that males of the group receive their status from the status of their mothers, and that this particular species is shown to be less aggressive and have higher conflict resolution than most other great ape species.
We're locked in.
Oh, crap. I have no idea.
Yeah, nothing is ringing a bell off the top for me.
So they're not going to be like your lemurs or whatever like that, because they're going to be pygmy chimpanzees, so they're not going to have tails. So we can take lemur, marmoset, all that kind of stuff off the table, I guess. Pygmy chimpanzees.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of small species like that.
It's not a dwarf monkey, is it? And my axe. No.
So you think we're looking for something with no tails?
Pygmy chimpanzee, I would assume, right? Because that's kind of, chimpanzees, right? So what's smaller than a chimp?
Could be.
I feel like I could sit here almost all day.
I know. I am just not coming up with something.
No, I've got nothing either. I'm just going to play off the last one. We could lock in with Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong. All right. Diddy Kong. Cool.
That sounds fine. Or, yeah.
Wrong.
All right. Katie and Toni, what did you guys lock in with?
Given the part of the clue about pygmy chimpanzees, we went bonobo because I know they're also a great ape, and they're definitely smaller than a chimp.
Oh.
So they are a matriarchal society. They actually do a lot of conflict resolution through sexual relation. And they are called bonobos.
Bonobos. See, my boss just started wearing nicer clothes to work. And I looked at him and I said, Kevin, what's with all the nice new clothes? And he was like, I got them at Bonobos, which is a men's clothier. So I've been saying bonobos like for a month now. And I look at him and go, I'll go bonobos? He's like, yeah, bonobos. And I'm like, oh, man. Pygmy chimps running around in little polo shirts.
All right. So that brings us to the end of the first round. Lauren and Lisa have 10, and Katie and Toni have 10. Well, so we're all tied up.
At least there's that.
I didn't lock anyone out in the first round, which is always my fear.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Hey, everybody, this is Jonathan. I am sorry. I know I didn't want to have a male voice in this whole show either. I really respect the idea of the all-women's episode being all women, but we've got to pay the bills. So I want to tell you that today's show is sponsored by HelloFresh. That's right. You can get your man cooking in the kitchen with HelloFresh because it's that easy. So what is it? It is a meal kit delivery service. They shop, they plan, they deliver, they give you step-by-step recipes. All the ingredients are pre-measured. All you have to do is cook, eat, and enjoy. And trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And when I say it, I mean things like the sweet apple pork tenderloin that I made the other night. I never thought in my life I could say that I made a sweet apple pork tenderloin. But that's what I did. It was fantastic. And it was easy. The tenderloin is topped with some sauteed apples that just add this bit of sweetness to it. And it also has snap peas and cauliflower mash. So this wasn't just cauliflower, it's mashed potatoes. There's lots of potatoes, but it's about 1/3 cauliflower. So I got some extra veggies without losing the consistency and the taste of the mashed potatoes. It was so freaking good. And that's the way HelloFresh works. They like to say that they make conquering the kitchen a reality with deliciously simple recipes. And you know what? It's not just ad copy, guys. It's awesome. It's really true. You get seasonal recipes. They're simple. All the ingredients are ready. They're delivered to you pre-measured, easy to use every week. It only takes 30 minutes from the point where you pull the food out to the point where you're eating. I use less than 2 pots or pans every time, which means I don't spend all night cleaning up all the stuff that I used. And I have variety. I can go with the classic plan. I can go with the veggie plan. If I have a bigger group, I can do the family plan. And if I want to switch, I can switch. No muss, no fuss. Whenever I want to, I can change my plan. You can try it yourself. You can actually get $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. If you haven't tried it yet, now's the time. Go to HelloFresh.com/TWA80 and enter promo code TWA80. That's right, for $80 off your first month of HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/TWA80 and enter promo code TWA80. All right, let's get back to the ladies and the start of the second round.
All right, your first category in round 2 is First Ladies. In 1994, the album Functified was released and peaked at number 11 on the Billboard 200. It sold over 1 million copies, making it the first time a female solo rapper went platinum. Who is the rapper?
I think we're locked in.
All right.
Oh, we can talk now.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've been going back and forth a little bit here. We each kind of have an answer that we're not really sure about one way or another, so it's more of a, we have to do kind of a verbal coin flip to decide which one to go with.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I thought of 1994, the timing seems a little bit right for the whole Sister Souljah controversy with Bill Clinton, but I don't know if she would have sold 1 million copies and had a platinum album.
Yeah, and my guess was Missy Elliott, given that she was kind of big in the later 90s, so like a 94 debut sounded like the timing might make sense. But again, I don't really know. Rap music is not my milieu. So this is more
same.
I know. So this is kind of a whichever one we want to go with, and I'll let you pick. Lock one in. I'm cool.
Yeah, we'll go. I think Missy Elliott seems to be a little bit better of an answer. I'm not clear, but we just have to pick.
Okay. So
we'll lock in that.
All right. Katie and Toni?
Go ahead, Katie.
We listed out a handful of female rappers, and based on, I think, mostly timing, and also the album title sounded like something she'd do. So on the basis of that, we also locked in with Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
All right. Missy Elliott is fantastic. I personally love Missy Elliott, but it is a little early for Missy Elliott. The person I'm looking for is Debrat.
Oh.
Never even heard of Debrat.
Never heard of Debrat?
Nope.
Yeah,
I've heard of Debrat's
Never heard of
dolls.
her, but was never gonna pop up in my mind this morning.
So, and Sister Souljah of Public Enemy, I think she was going solo around that time, but it wasn't quite the right year for her either.
Well,
now we know it was Debrat.
Debrat.
Yes. All right, next category. Women Belong in the House and Senate. The 2018 U.S. midterm elections brought about a lot of changes, including the first openly bisexual person to be elected to the U.S. Senate, Kyrsten Sinema. Subsequently, this is the second time a member of the LGBTQ community has been elected to the Senate. She is also the first woman to be elected to the Senate for her southwestern state. What state is Miss Sinema a senator for?
Can you... never mind. I was going to ask if you
we're locked
spell
in.
her
I can
last
lock
name,
that in.
You guys are locked in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'll tell you, being in South Korea, I tend to miss a lot. Not that it's a great excuse for being uninformed, but it's a little bit of one. Did Carmela say Southwestern?
She did.
State?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, thankfully, the states are pretty large out there.
Right.
I'm
Yep.
just thinking of...
Yeah, it's not like asking for the Northeast.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you have 1 in 12 to pick, or 1 in 10 to pick from versus.
So I'm
guessing it's not Utah, and it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Utah, and I don't think because did Arizona have 2 elections this time around? I don't remember when John McCain passed away. John McCain.
I don't remember either. And I definitely do remember seeing a headline about this. I just don't remember the state. My first thought was New Mexico, but not necessarily based on anything Nevada would be an option too.
Nevada would be, I thought about Nevada. I remember, and I could be thinking back too far to 2016, but
I think we all feel that way.
Yeah. I could be thinking back to 2016, and I remember there was a lot of talk about Nevada in the primaries for the first time, how liberal some of the candidates were for one of the House seats in Las Vegas. But
if you want to go Nevada, I'm perfectly fine with that because I definitely am not confident.
Yeah, let's lock in with Nevada.
Sounds good.
That was a roll of the dice.
But I'm
cosmic.
I got an eye roll from that.
Lauren, what did you and Lisa go with?
Lisa, we both knew this one.
Yeah, this was one of those elections that took a little while, I think, for the outcome to come clear in the counting, but it's Arizona.
So she replaced Jeff Flake, who decided not to run for re-election in the state of Arizona.
No.
So, the first member of the LGBTQ community that was elected to the Senate, her name was Tammy. She's from Wisconsin.
Tammy.
Tammy Baldwin from Wisconsin was she was the first openly LGBTQ person in the Senate when she was elected in 2012. So let's finish out round 2 with based on a true story, kinda. What 90s movie features Meryl Streep and Shirley MacLaine as a recovering addict daughter and her mother, and was based on a book written by a recovering drug addict and semi-based it on her own life and her mother's?
We're gonna lock in, but I'm typing to Lisa and I was saying gonna lock, but my phone auto-corrected it to poop. So
How many times do you write the word poop that it just automatically autocorrects for you?
I gotta say, the autocorrect is really funny.
Oh my God, I know, because she kept trying to say Arizona, but she kept going axe.
So you guys locking in?
Yes.
All right.
I almost said that she would have been like, why is she telling me this?
Also, she can see you. Anyway, Katie and Toni, you can talk.
Sorry, Lauren is the most infectious.
She does. And she thinks poop is so funny.
I know. When I first got on the chat, I was like, oh, I just want to say poop and see what happens.
I know. When Jonathan told me I'd be paired up with Lauren, I'm like, yes.
Thank you.
You're adoring poop fans.
Her phone corrects everything to poop.
Just about.
That's the standard.
Yep.
All right, so we were actually just about ready to lock in. So we were both pretty sure that it was one of Carey Fisher's books.
Postcards from the Edge.
That's what we're locking in with.
All right, and Lauren and Lisa, what did you poop with?
Lisa, you talk about it because this was all you.
So you guys should know my recall is actually really bad. So when I play trivia with my team, I'm like, oh, yeah, it was the guy who was in this, or it was the person, she wrote that. But I never can think of names right away. So I'm typing, it's the Princess Leia book to try to come up with Carey Fisher. So we also said Postcards from the Edge.
So it is a book written by Carey Fisher, and she based it semi on her own life and her relationship with Debbie Reynolds. And it is called Postcards from the Edge.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay! So at the end of the second round, Lauren and Lisa have 30, and Katie and Toni have 20. So that's not terrible. I mean, I wrote really hard questions. I'm sorry.
I have very narrow wheelhouses, you know.
Well, hopefully we're done with the rap questions.
Yeah. Well, so it's February. So everything I've read this month has been by a a Black author, an African-American author. So this past week, I read Chuck D presents this day in hip hop and rap history. So I have it all on the brain. Getting into round 3, your first category is whoops. In Jurassic Park, the scientists make all the dinosaurs female in order to maintain control of the population. But as Ian Malcolm says, life finds a way. And it turns out that it did, because the particular species that the dinosaurs used, or that the scientists used to fill in the gaps in the dino DNA, changes sex in a single sex environment and allowed the dinosaurs to do the same. What kind of animal did the scientists splice in?
Oh, I think let's chat about it.
We're locked in.
All right.
Oh, great. All right. Well, they were faster. Who was
That's fine. What were you thinking?
Wasn't it a frog? It was like an amphibian of some sort, wasn't it?
I am also pretty sure it was a frog. It's been over 10 years since I've either seen it or taken the biology class I'm about to refer to, but I did a presentation on how scientifically possible that was. It was a very basic level thing. It was a science class for non-science majors, and we had to, I think the assignment was to find a movie that has science in it and then talk about if it was real or not. Anyway, frog sounds right about that.
Yeah, lock in with frog.
All right. Lisa, Lauren, you locked in pretty quickly.
Yeah, we said frog.
Frog. All right. Specifically, it was a West African bullfrog, but I was looking for frogs.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Hello, my ragtime gal. I kind of want that animated DNA guy to like animate different things in my life. Dino DNA. All right. Your next category is in love and art. Danish painter Gerda Wegner was famous for her Art Nouveau and Art Deco portraits of fashionable women in the early 20th century. Many people were shocked to find out that her favorite model to paint was actually her spouse, a transgender woman. Their lives and story was fictionalized in the book and film The Danish Girl. What was the name of Gerda's spouse?
Oh no.
We've hit our stride. We're locking in.
No. All right, that frees up Katie and Toni.
I was aware of the story being a movie. I don't know it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, well, I know who played her in the movie, but I don't know her name.
Should we? What's a good Danish name?
It's like assuming. I know
cheese.
Danish cheese.
She's Danish.
Oh, that's true.
I was like, I know that I've read about her before, and I don't know. I can't think of any Danish names. The only Danish person I know's name is Suzanne, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I have a feeling we're not going to get this, so
yeah,
we can lock in with Suzanne.
Not sure that. Okay.
Or pick something. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie or read much about the story, so. I
did, but it's been a couple years since I looked into it at all and didn't stick with me. Yeah, how about Suzanne? All right, Suzanne.
All right. Lauren and Lisa?
Lisa was on this like a shot. I was in my head taking steps to get there. Then as soon as she said the answer, I was like, yes, this is it. So, Lisa, you came up with it. I'm going to let you say it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I got the last name right, but we said Lily Elba.
So in the movie The Danish Girl, this role was played by Eddie Redmayne, who you may know as Newt Scamander from the Fantastic Beasts movies. And oh my God, where did my thought go?
The name of the Danish girl was...
There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I completely lost it. Lily Elby, or Elba.
Yay!
His name. So Lily was actually also a painter. They met in art school. They got married. And after Lily transitioned in Denmark, it was actually illegal for two women to be married. So they had to annul their marriage. And unfortunately, Lily passed away about a year after her start of transition due to an infection from a uterus transplant. Like I said, the Danish Girl is actually pretty fictionalized. It's like kind of based on their lives, but they did change a lot of details because they didn't know everything about Lily. So
yeah, I'm one of those people that when I watch movies, I'm like searching online like while I'm watching it, especially if it's one that's like based on a true story.
Yeah.
I'm always like, how true is this? I've got my phone out. I'm like, and I miss important bits of dialogue, and then I get scolded for it. And
I cannot watch biopics without Wikipedia.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I do that too.
Can't do it.
I'm also
Can't do
that
it.
person with IMDb up going, who is that guy? I know that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
it's that guy.
All the time.
yep.
All right, your last category and a half is pay her.
Yay.
Lizzie Maggie developed a board game called the Landlord's Game and patented it in 1903. The game was developed as a means to explain the Georgist single tax theory and went through several iterations. The game was popular in the Midwest and was subsequently played by Charles Darrow. Darrow made a virtually identical game called Monopoly and sold it to what game company?
We're locked in.
No, the game company.
Yeah, I need the game company.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're locked in then.
Okay. So they're locked in. Lisa and Lauren, that does free you up.
Okay. I believe you, Lisa.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I have not played Monopoly in quite some time.
It's one or the other. It's one or the other. It's either Milton Bradley or Parker Brothers. It's one or the other.
So we doing that
each
coin
went
flip
with
thing
one
again?
of
Shoot.
them. Milton Bradley sounds okay. I'm trying to think why Parker Brothers came into my head.
I'm trying to think why Milton Bradley came into my head.
You like the name Milton.
Milton.
Of course, we were all sitting there, Monopoly.
Yep. And then I was ready to be like, Atlantic City.
Y'all were.
Mount Vernon Avenue.
Community Chest.
That's my name in college.
Milton Bradley sounds, the more I think about it, sounds good.
Again, I don't have much thunder. I don't know.
I'm trying to think if the name was like on the board somewhere. I don't know. It's a coin flip for me at this point.
I will let you pick. I don't care. And you don't have to, feel one way or another. That's I don't know.
Okay. All right. We'll lock Parker Brothers.
Yeah, go with you, I think. I like what you're saying.
I don't know why, but we'll try it.
So what are you guys going with?
Parker Brothers.
All right. Katie and Toni. Uh-oh.
All right. So I was like, I just messaged Katie that this is agonizing. I'm really bad. I have like the worst poker face. But yeah, we both like typed to each other as you're reading the question, Monopoly.
Yeah, like 4 words in.
Yeah. And
I figured that was the easy part.
Yeah. No, we went with Parker Brothers.
All right. Maggie actually tried to sell it to this same company before Darrow did, but they rejected it as being quote unquote too political. But then bought basically the exact same game from Darrow, and that was Parker Brothers.
Yay!
Hey,
Cool.
excellent.
All right. So going into the midpoint, Lisa and Lauren have 60, and Katie and Toni have 40. Lauren and Lisa, you swept that round. You got everything right.
Yay, us.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweeping, just like women should.
Oh, Lauren.
I know. I'm going to go make myself a sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Your midpoint category is famous wives.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to give you the name of a famous spouse, and I would like you to give me the name of their at least equally famous wives. Your names are actor Matthew Broderick, actress and photographer Alexandra Hedison, author Neil Gaiman, and rapper Biggie Smalls. So these are all people that they are currently married to, or in the case of Biggie Smalls, who he was married to at the time of death.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay. So Lauren and Lisa,
Okay. Yeah. So we pretty quickly came to a couple of them. We had Sarah Jessica Parker with Matthew Broderick and Amanda Palmer with Neil Gaiman, and then we were kind of thinking about the other two. So that's where we are. We're thinking about the other two.
Yeah, so we were thinking someone who might be with a actress and photographer. I don't know why Rosie O'Donnell just came to mind. Threw out some ideas before that were not right, I think. And Biggie Smalls, I did not have any ideas on, but Lauren did.
Now, I'm not like super into rap, but I do enjoy a good like murder. You know,
you like a good mystery.
Mystery, yeah, yeah. I don't advocate for murder, but I enjoy watching people try and figure those things out and all that stuff. So I've seen many different levels of documentary about the whole Notorious B.I.G. type thing and stuff. And so I was like, I'm picturing, I can see this woman's face, like I can see her face. I kept going. I was like faith something, faith something, and so. I remembered it was like a normal-ish name, and then finally I was like, oh, it's got to be Faith Evans. It's got to be Faith Evans. So that's what I've got for that. Now we're just thinking about who this photographer/actress is married to.
Yeah, I don't know the name, so nothing really is coming to me on that.
I have nothing for that either.
Yeah, I was trying to think of somebody, else maybe in the photography world, but people I'm thinking of, I don't think are correct.
Yeah, I don't really know many people in the photography world, so that's not even going to really help me. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't have an answer.
All right, then I'm just going to put Suzanne.
Is that going to be like the default answer every time you guys don't know something? It's Suzanne.
Probably.
Okay. Suzanne could be it.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Suzanne.
Okay. That. Just mononym like Madonna.
Yeah, exactly. Just Suzanne.
All right. So go ahead and give me your 4 answers again.
We have Matthew Broderick with Sarah Jessica Parker, Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer, Biggie Smalls and Faith Evans, and then this Alex person that I've never heard of, and Suzanne.
All right. Katie and Toni, what did you guys go with?
We knew Matthew Broderick was married to Sarah Jessica Parker, and Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer. I know I've talked about her quite a bit on the show, which, helps. Katie's amazing and came up with Faith Evans. I just was spinning my wheels. And then I think, or at least it's a good guess, I think Alexandra Hedison is married to Jodie Foster.
Matthew Broderick is married to SJP. Neil Gaiman is married to, as Ben Folds would call her, Amanda Palmer.
Oh, dear.
It's true.
It's out of affection. Biggie Smalls was married to Faith Evans.
Oh.
And Alexandra Hedison is married to Jodie Foster.
Oh, way to be.
So
it's not Suzanne.
Not Suzanne. Not Suzanne Foster. Jodie Foster.
No. Oh.
So Katie and Toni, you got all 4. And Lauren and Lisa, you got 3. So at the end of the midpoint, Lisa and Lauren have 75, and Katie and Toni have 60.
Hey, everybody. It's Jonathan again. That is the end of the first half. And before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's all-women's episode is sponsored by Blinkist. We've been advertising for Blinkist for 3 months now, and if you haven't downloaded it yet, now is the time. It is fantastic. In a world where we don't have any time, where we want to be smart, where we want to be educated, but just don't have the time to spend studying and learning, Blinkist is the answer. Blinkist is an app. You can put it on your phone, and you have access immediately to thousands of nonfiction books. But it's not, here's the whole book. They've taken the time to condense the books down to 15-minute summaries. They have little pages that they call them blinks. You can either listen to them like a podcast, or you can read them. In 15 minutes, you have the whole book. You get all of the main points, all of the key takeaways. You even get some of the emotion of it, but you don't spend a week, 2 weeks, or a month trying to get through it. There are 8 million people using Blinkist right now. If you can't tell, I like it. I like it a lot. I read books at stoplights. There's this one stoplight on my way to work, and it takes 5 minutes, 6 minutes to cycle through. I get through half of a book at a morning stoplight. Sometimes I start it, I get to my office, and I just sit in the car and finish. I'll take 5 more minutes and finish the whole thing, and I'm done. I love that. It's so fast. It's so convenient. Recently, we had a Learned League question, and the answers were about Michelle Obama's Becoming, which I got right, and Tara Westover's Educated, which I got wrong. I didn't know. I had never heard of it. But with Blinkist, I've gone back and I've read the blinks for Educated, and so now I know it's a book about a woman who was raised as a kid in a frankly a scary household, radical Mormonism in the hills of Idaho, and how she ended up getting out of that, and how she actually got admitted to college and got a PhD from Cambridge. And I mean, it's a riveting tale. It's super interesting. But I didn't have to go buy the book. I didn't have to spend a week getting through it. I did it in 10 minutes. Another one that's great for people like us, Factfulness. 10 Reasons Why We're Wrong About the World and Why Things Are Better Than You Think. This is by Von Hans Rosling, Ola Rosling, and Anna Rosling Runland. They give you stats, they give you information, and what they show you really quickly is that even though things feel crappy in today's day and age, it feels like things are awful, they're so much better than they were 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. We've come so far, and we're improving all the time. And they end it with actionable advice about how to keep it going by educating your kids and really focusing on them. It's kind of moving. It's a reminder. It makes you feel better about where we are and knowing that we've come a long way and that we're still moving. Those are 2 books that I would have never read. And I promise you that. I would have never read them. But because I have Blinkist, I have now. So, right now, for a limited time, Blinkist has a special offer just for our audience, okay? Trivial Warfare listeners, go to Blinkist.com/TWA to start your free 7-day trial. That's Blinkist, spelled Blinkist, Blinkist.com/TWA to start your free 7-day trial. That's Blinkist.com/TWA. Guys, in 7 days, you'll be hooked. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
All right. We're just moving right along because we're efficient.
Efficient women.
We're efficient women. We're not going to be sitting here for 3 hours like I normally do. Anyway.
No, seriously.
Some of the dudes think for way too long sometimes.
And it's not even the thinking.
I couldn't drink that much.
It's the here's this 10-minute conversation.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about fountain pens again.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I love fountain pens.
Well, I think it's just, here's the example that I've always had. When I was younger, I was a very active Girl Scout, and my dad and brother were very active with the Boy Scouts. Like, my dad was a leader and all that stuff, right? And so I always got dragged along to these, Boy Scout banquets.
Yeah.
And they would go on forever. And then I got to go to a Girl Scout banquet, and it was over in 45 minutes. Because they're like, first of all, they did it like at breakfast before work.
Yeah.
So like you had breakfast foods, which is the best of all foods. And then it was done in 45 minutes. And I looked at the lady who was in charge of it and I said, I've been to Boy Scout things like this that have gone on for 3 hours. And she's like, well, we're women. We know how to do things. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry. There's studies about meetings that are all men versus business meetings that are all women, and the all female meetings are quicker and have more actionable outcomes at the end of them.
I'm a pretty quiet person, so when I talk, I just kind of here, this is what I wanted to say. Mm-hmm. I don't really, flower up my language or whatever. My boyfriend, Waco, he's a very verbose person. So he'll be telling me a story and I'm like, okay. And breathy, I love him to death and I love that he does it. But I'm just like, wow, that would have taken me 2 sentences.
Yeah. They're all that way.
Caps in the middle.
It's the same. I feel like we all go through the same thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know I do.
Oh, Daniel talks a lot.
Yeah, with it. But it's cute because it's got a Long Island accent,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like, so I was hanging with Joey Paisano, and this is what happened. I'm like, oh.
All right, getting into round 4. Your first category is multi-talented and multi-disciplined.
Ooh.
Recording artist and fashion icon Rihanna has multiple awards for her music, including 9 Grammy Awards, and she also holds several Guinness World Records. She is equally known for her bold fashion and was a co-chair for the 2018 Met Gala. In 2017, she started a makeup brand known for its diverse range of foundation shades and products that are universally flattering on a variety of skin tones. What is the name of that makeup brand?
We're locked in.
Did you say poop again?
Yeah, on purpose this time.
Okay.
Yeah. We can talk out loud now. They've locked in.
Okay. Yeah, I think, wasn't this on an Inkling?
It was.
I think it was, and I didn't know
Oh, it was,
and
wasn't it?
My sister knew it. So I'm pretty sure it's Fenty.
I'm good with that. So we're gonna you good to lock with that? I'm good to lock with that.
Yeah, we're good to lock.
Okay.
Well, now I'm mad that it was in the Inkling, because without that, you might have not gotten it. But I gave you the right answer unintentionally. We locked in with Fenty as well.
Katie.
I actually forgot that was on the Inkling. I got it right because I used the products. But it's actually Rihanna's last name, and it is Fenty Beauty. So her name is Rihanna Fenty. I did not know that until she released that makeup brand.
Well, that's something. Do you ever meet people whose like first and last names like just don't match?
Yeah.
You know?
My last name's Smith.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, no, it fits. So, it's one of those things.
So you guys both got that. Your next category is warrior women. In Old Norse myths, what women, whose name translates from chooser of the slain, bring half the warriors that were slain in battle to Valhalla?
We're locked in.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't know, and it's really sad because I just started reading Norse mythology from Neil Gaiman and don't know that I've come across this one yet.
Jeez Louise. I feel very ashamed. I know that I'm very distantly descended from like the Viking at some point, like way back there, and I was like, man, I should know this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of old Norse names or things that might have come down from that I mean, sort of known names now.
All I know is the stuff that you see in Marvel movies. That's like that's where I'm reaching from right now, but I don't know. And then,
Yeah, I mean, there's Freya, there's Thor's wife. I can't remember Loki's. Is there a Old Norse version of Susan we want to go with?
Susan Daughter.
Yeah, Susan Daughter. Yeah. Gosh. You know, and the thing that sucks about this is that as soon as you say it, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah. All right.
Probably.
That's it. I don't know. And for the sake of, women's efficiency, we should just...
Yeah, I'm not thinking of a reasonable guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull anything out either. So I guess is that we're looking for a race of women, or just a particular woman?
What women?
Women
whose name translates.
Oh, if it's women, maybe I heard it wrong too. Maybe it's the Valkyries.
Oh, there you go. I like that. I like that very much. I'm going to
also in the Marvel movies.
I
think there was a Valkyrie in the Marvel movies. That's all I got.
That sounds as good as anything to me.
That's fine.
All right.
Toni, you gonna flip your table?
Flip my table. Yeah, we said Valkyrie. or Valkyries.
So there is a character, and I believe it's in Thor Ragnarok, named Valkyrie.
Played by Tessa Thompson. She's so cool.
So it is Valkyries.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So the Valkyries bring half of the dead to Odin in Valhalla. The other half go to Freya in a place called Folkvogner. Folkvogner. I don't know what that is, but that's where they go. All right, your last category in the round is Push It Real Good. The groundbreaking hip-hop group Salt and Peppa changed the face of hip-hop with their lyrical openness about sexuality and thoughts on men. The group consists of Cheryl James, a.k.a. Salt, Sandra Denton, a.k.a. Peppa, and Deidre Roper. What is Deidre Roper's stage name?
I was told there'd be no more rap.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't. You're like really non-committal about the fact that there's going to be more rap questions.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Us as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
So who wants to answer first?
I'm sorry. Did you need to talk about?
No, they're locked in too.
Okay. Sorry.
Go for it, Katie.
DJ Spinderella.
Okay.
We also said Spinderella.
Deidre Roper is DJ Spinderella. Woo! See, you guys know some hip hop.
I never complained. I'm decent. I just didn't know about Debret.
And the gauntlet category is more hip hop.
Yeah.
More hip hop. Oh no, please.
Hip hop, I haven't asked yet.
Oh my God, there's so much.
I have a whole Spotify playlist of female rappers.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's pretty
ready
much
for
the
it.
only rap I listen to is female rap.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, but Spotify did tell me that based off of my listening habits in 2018, that my musical genre of choice is mellow gold.
So basically, you listen to old ladies in rock.
Ladies in rock, and I've been into Christopher Cross lately.
Yeah.
The best that you can do is fall in love. I'm not even ashamed.
It's okay. I go from the Bell Brigade to Cardi B. So, all right. So at the end of the fourth round, everyone got all the questions right in that round. Lauren and Lisa have 105, and Katie and Toni have 90. Your first category in round 5 is Power in Disguise. In the popular Nintendo game The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Princess Zelda aids Link while disguised to hide her identity. What was Zelda's alias while in this disguise? The name is also the title for a ruler of a tribe.
Okay, we're locked in.
Okay, so Lisa, we can talk now. And Zelda was not my thing. So all we're really going off of is the last line in the question, synonym for the leader of a tribe. So
Do you have to reach into your Chanel bag of nothing?
we might find a cough drop in there.
Yeah, the cough drop.
So
Stick of gum.
we were going back and forth a little bit. You know, we started thinking with like female stuff, like queen or priestess or this, that, and the other. But then Lisa went with, you said chieftain, and then narrowed it down to chief. And I think that might be where we're ultimately going to land.
Yeah, maybe chieftain or chief.
Chief seems like it's more video gamey. I don't know why, because it's monosyllabic. I don't know, but yeah. So that's once again to paraphrase Christopher Cross. It's the best that we can do. So yeah, we're gonna lock in with Chief because we got nothing else.
All right. Toni and Katie, you guys went back and forth quite a bit.
Yeah, we locked in with Chiefess. I had a thought that there's maybe more to it, so if you want more, I can maybe give more, but we locked in with Chiefess.
All right. So you are right, Lauren, that it is monosyllabic.
No.
The word I am looking for is chic.
Chic.
Oh.
Close.
It sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, chic.
I haven't played it. So.
Is she's dressed up as chic, supposed to be a member of the quote Sheikah tribe, and at the end she reveals that she is in fact Zelda. So Sheik is coincidentally also my favorite character to play in Smash. So if anyone wants to play Smash,
Oh, I see. I've played. I don't see. I kind of didn't know the context of it when I played that all those years ago. Okay.
All right. So your next question is an obligatory sports question, lady edition.
Yay! Just kidding.
There was an uproar in the 2018 U.S. Open when favorite Serena Williams lost to a young newcomer. That same player also just won the Australian Open for a total of 2 straight Grand Slam wins. What is the name of this player?
Crikey.
We're locked in.
All right.
Are
you okay?
I like what you said, Lisa.
Are you going to share with the class?
I'm going to let her share with the class because it was her.
Yeah, neither of us had any idea. I remember the whole controversy with Serena Williams and how it was, kind of not fair that she got disciplined and got a bad reaction from the judges for behavior that, other players would have exhibited and not gotten in trouble for.
Men.
But yes, male players. And I can't remember. I know she did a whole, post about it and whatnot, but not knowing, we decided a good name for a player would be Tasha Serveswell.
I think her first name's Suzanne.
Suzanne.
This is her sister.
Oh, this is her sister.
Yeah.
You know what? As someone who makes up silly names all the time, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's probably one of my favorites.
So is that what you guys are going with? Tasha Serveswell?
Yes, we're going to go with Tasha Serveswell.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
Katie and Toni?
We locked in with Osaka.
So the player that just won the Australian Open, she's actually only 21 years old. Her name is Naomi Osaka.
Oh, good for you.
Yes. Nice job.
All right. So let's finish out round 5 with snatching trophies. Completing an EGOT is a difficult thing to achieve. So much so that only 15 individuals have done so in the last 57 years. The most recent woman to earn an EGOT was Whoopi Goldberg in 2002. Name any of the other 3 women who've earned an EGOT.
We're locked in.
Okay.
I don't know more than one.
Yeah, Lisa's had mentioned Rita Moreno, and I'm 100%, absolutely. As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, it sounds really familiar. I know sometimes there are traps of people not getting competitive Oscars, so they don't really have an EGOT or honorary Tonys or something, but I think that Rita Moreno has one.
Yeah, I feel like she's legit with it, so I'm down to lock that in if you want to.
Okay. Yeah,
right.
we can lock that.
Cool. Locking it in.
I just read, I hope, when Lisa said the thing about the competitive Oscar, or the competitive award, I was like, oh yeah, I always forget about those and all the controversy there. There's a great quote from 30 Rock about Tracy Morgan interviewing Whoopi Goldberg when she, to ask her about how she did her EGOT. And he's like, but wait, this is a daytime Emmy. And she said, girls gotta eat. So, still counts. It's a daytime Emmy, but it still counts. And I'm pretty sure I went with Barbara Streisand, and I wrote her whole name, so I'm going to say her whole name. Barbara Streisand.
All right. So the other 3 are Audrey Hepburn, Rita Moreno, and Helen Hayes.
Oh.
Barbara, I believe, has it technically, but one of them is for a lifetime achievement. I think that was for the Tonys. So.
Oh, no. I'm so
okay.
sorry, Katie.
Hey, it's not like I was suggesting one of the other answers.
All right. At the end of round 5, Lauren and Lisa have 115 points, and Katie and Toni have 100 points. These are very good scores. So let's see what happens in round 6. Your first category is Medicine Woman. Alice Ball was an African-American chemist that was the first woman and the first African American to earn a master's degree from the University of Hawaii in 1915 and became their first female chemistry professor. She also developed the use of ethyl hydrocarpate, which was the most effective treatment for what infectious disease in the early 20th century?
Can you spell it?
No problem. Ethyl is ETHYL. Hydrocarpate is HYDNOCARPATE.
Hydrocarpate. I feel like I'm in a spelling bee all of a sudden. Hydrocarpate.
We're going to lock in.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
I heard this, so I don't know. I just kind of naming some diseases that I think are of the era. Scarlet fever, tuberculosis, measles, mumps. Throw in rubella there, I guess.
Did you say
early 20th century?
Yeah, early 20th century.
Tuberculosis was definitely still a thing then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still a thing now.
Well,
I have to get screened for tuberculosis every year as part of my contract.
Wow.
Because it's pretty common among foreigners in Korea.
Why couldn't you have gotten it and then potentially gotten treated with ethyl hydrocarpate?
Great.
And then you would know.
Katie.
Yeah, Tony, why didn't you be sick?
Well, no, I'm hoping that you got cured.
Exactly what I want.
Hoping that you had got it and then got cured in the past tense.
It's not like, when I think infectious disease, I think like, I don't know. I'm just like, well, I'm guessing it's not. I was like, oh, is it like sepsis or something? But I don't think it's obviously anything like that because we still have problems with that, you know.
What if it's leprosy?
It's what? I'm sorry.
What if it's leprosy?
Oh my God.
Like, I feel like that might have still been a thing, like, in like Pacific Islands back then. And she was in Hawaii, and there might be a reason why that's in the clue.
On one of the islands, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of like that.
I'm okay with it, if you want to go with it.
Like, yeah, you know what? I can't think of anything else. I like leprosy. I mean,
that's a sentence you never thought you'd hear, huh?
It always reminds us of the leprosy episode of The Simpsons. Is one of my favorites of all time. It's so good. Yeah, Katie, I think we should lock in with leprosy.
All right, let's do it.
Lisa, this was all you.
So also, I looked at the clue in that as Hawaii, because Hawaii did have a leper colony. I guess those areas were called. And even now that area has a really, really, really small population, like under 80 people. So we went with leprosy.
All right. Alice Ball developed ethyl hydrocarpate for the treatment of leprosy.
Wow.
Yeah. Leprosy.
Good job.
Yay, leprosy.
Yeah,
Hooray, leprosy.
Come on now.
That time it was your turn to, or the other team's turn to sit there as we pulled the right answer out at the last second.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I still have to give Lisa a hand.
Just a whole hand. So, your next category is the pen is mightier. The penis mightier. Anyway. Yes, that's why I wrote it, the penis mightier.
Yeah.
Want to join the Pen 15 Club?
Yeah. I made the same joke last women's.
I know. And I think I did too.
I did too.
I actually went back and looked to make sure I wasn't using some of the same questions. And I was like, oh, I did use the pen is mightier as the gauntlet category. Whoops. Oh, well. Mary Ann Evans is the real name of the author of Middlemarch and The Mill on the Floss. She used what masculine pseudonym?
We're going to lock in.
I get these two confused because I believe they were both pseudonyms of women. It was George Sands or George Eliot. I think they're both really women.
I know George Eliot for sure was.
Okay.
And that sounds right for Middlemarch.
Okay. I think I would have leaned George Eliot as well. So if you want to lock in with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Eliot.
All right. Locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, we locked in George Eliot also.
Mary Ann Evans wrote 7 novels, including Middlemarch and The Mill on the Floss, using the name George Eliot.
Woo!
And your last question before the gauntlet is in Who's That Girl?
Who's that girl?
Philippa Sue, most known for originating the role of Eliza Schuyler in Hamilton, also originated the title role in what 2017 Broadway musical that was based off of a 2001 film starring Audrey Tautou with the same name?
Yeah. Okay. I think I know what it is, but
All right, great.
If you know what it is,
Sounds
lock it in.
yeah, lock in. Yeah.
Okay.
Whoosh, whoosh. That was very quick. I haven't had time to get my bearings on this one yet.
So the Audrey Tautou film that comes to mind first is Amelie, but I think that came out in the 90s because I remember watching it with my ex-husband. So I'm trying to think what other new musicals came out in Broadway in 2017. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a super Broadway person either.
There was, especially that was based on a film, although these days Broadway, everything's based on films, it seems. Trying to think what else Audrey Tautou might have been in. Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything in particular.
Me either. I'm honestly even drawing a blank on Audrey Tautou because it's not my...
Yeah. I could be wrong on the dates. I just don't remember a musical, based on Amelie or however it's pronounced. I'm probably saying it wrong.
Forgive me if this is stupid. Was she in Chocolat?
She was. That sounds a little bit better for timing. We can go with that because I've got nothing else.
And chocolate's always good.
That's a good thought. Yeah, that's a good thought. Let's lock that in.
Okay, we're going to go Chocolat.
Okay.
Well, I was in middle school when this movie came out. So if that makes you feel any better, Lisa, we said Amelie.
Huh.
I was also in middle school when this.
I think you and I are the same age, Carmela.
We might be. The movie I am looking for was in French, and it was called Amelie.
That's okay.
Yay!
That's the one with all the photo booths, right?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
All right.
So that is the end of the rounds. So going into the gauntlet, the gap has been closed quite a bit. Lisa and Lauren have 135 points, and Katie and Toni have 130 points. So your gauntlet category is share album titles.
All right.
No. Okay, just kidding. It's going to be great. Okay, just a second. I got to do some math. I'm so bad at this.
All right, we've locked our wager in.
All right, we're locked in.
All right. So I'm doing something a little bit different for the gauntlet.
Great.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a description of a word or words that will correspond with the name of a share album. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the first one, and you'll kind of see what I mean. The plural form of a body comprised of high densities of hydrogen and helium that give off enormous amounts of light and heat.
We're locked, right? Yeah, we got the thumbs up.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Yeah, locked in.
All right. The name of an ABBA song that was released in 1976 and was their only #1 hit in the United States.
Okay.
Oh, we're locked in.
Locked in. Yep.
So did she do a Mamma Mia album? Isn't she in the new movie or something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I have for that.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Okay, I was thinking too hard. Locked in.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And your last one is it's a 3-part. So, an outdated term for Romani people, a 19th century colloquial term for a homeless person, and people that take things that don't belong to them.
We're locked in.
Yeah, we're yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We're locked into.
All right, so I'll read them again, and you guys will actually give me your answers. The plural form of a body comprised of high densities of hydrogen and helium that give off enormous amounts of light and heat. Lisa and Lauren?
This was the only one that I was like, I couldn't directly correlate it with a Cher album, but the question, the only thing that made sense was stars. So we said stars.
Okay. Toni and Katie?
We also said stars.
All right. The name of an ABBA song released in 1976 that was their only U.S. hit, or number one hit. Toni, what did you say?
Dancing Queen. I'm like 100% sure it's a Cher album, so I hope it's that one.
Lisa and Lauren?
We said Mamma Mia because Cher was in the latest Mamma Mia, and again, I at least couldn't pinpoint it to any Cher album.
Okay. And the last one, an outdated term for Romani people, a 19th century colloquial term for a homeless person, and people that take things that don't belong to them. Lauren and Lisa?
Lisa?
Yeah, we said gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
And Toni and Katie?
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. That's all I got. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
The song that my mother infamously did at a office holiday party at karaoke, and my dad left without her.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
It's a story that still gets told to this day.
That's funny.
That's great.
Because of the song or because of how she performed it?
Probably more the latter. I get my singing ability from my mom, let's just say.
That's one of my go-to karaoke songs.
Yeah.
Me too. In Noraebang here in Korea, we just, Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves is so good.
All right, so the plural form of a body comprised of high densities of hydrogen and helium is stars. The outdated term for Romani people, 19th century term for homeless person, and people who take things that don't belong to them is gypsies, tramps, and thieves. And the 1976 ABBA song that reached number one in the U.S. was Dancing Queen.
Woo!
Good job, guys.
So we were
Very
close.
good. Very good.
We were close going in. So Lisa and Lauren, what did you wager?
We went big and we wagered 126 points.
126 points. So that brings you down to
9.
9 points. All right. 9.
Exactly where we wanted to be.
Yes.
And Katie and Toni, what did you guys wager?
We didn't know. The reason I briefly left is I went to go get my bag of dice and rolled a D20. So we wagered 16.
Okay.
Which is a decent bet for us anyway.
Yeah. But so that brings you up to 146. I also carry 2 sets of dice around with me everywhere, mostly for that purpose.
Whole bag.
Oh my God.
So at the end of the game, it is 146-9. Katie and Toni win. The come from behind victory.
Feels good. That was an excellent game.
And that's all thanks to your Dancing Queen knowledge, Toni. Thank you.
Yeah, I had no idea about that one.
Dancing Queen itself was huge in my family. Like, my grandma lived on a lake, and we had this like pontoon, and me and my cousin would take the sticks that held the like pontoon cover up and sing Dancing Queen on the pontoon, and I knew how big of a hit it was. And I'm from Minnesota, and there's a lot of Swedes, and we like our ABBA. So,
and therefore you have to live on a lake if you're from Minnesota.
That's true.
If you're Minnesota,
That's
there's a lake nearby.
That's a lot.
Well, ladies, that was the women's episode.
Yay.
So we did it.
It's done.
Yay.
I guess we can let Jonathan back in.
Thank you.
No.
I mean, if we really want to.
No. He's going to stay downstairs.
Just going to vocal fry.
Is there a door? Is there a door, Carmela?
No, there's not a door. There's a set of stairs that go downstairs. So into the kitchen. But before we go, definitely want to let everyone have a chance to do any shout outs, any causes they want to promote, anything they want to talk about. So Lisa, let's start with you.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to 2 amazing women in my family. One is my niece, Emily, who's graduating college in May and has her first job already lined up at Disney World. And she's
Awesome.
very excited about that. And also my grandmother, who in March will turn 104.
Oh my gosh.
So shout out to Grandma. Still lives on her own, very independent. So she's living history right there.
Let's give it up for Grandma.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Katie?
Yeah, it's come up a couple times in the game already today, but I do a mail order trivia competition a couple times a year called The Inkling. The current one is out right now, so you'll have to wait a few months to play that. But you can find information at inklingtrivia.com.
All right.
And thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Love The Inkling. I'm excited to get my package in the mail. I know it just went out. So, and Toni.
I just want to thank you. I had a really good time. I will be heading maybe back to bed.
Yeah,
shortly,
you should definitely go take a nap.
For a nap. I mean, it's almost 6 a.m. It's almost time to wake up anyway. But
yeah, but it's Sunday.
It is. It's Sunday because I'm in the future. I want to just give a shout out. Living in South Korea, I don't get an opportunity to play pub quiz a lot, but I really like to get my fix through Trivial Warfare and other trivia podcasts. Also, just want to give a shout out to my sad team who doesn't play when I'm not there back in Minnesota. Blacklight Attack, composed of my mother, my second cousin, my mom's friend Chris, and my best friend Alex. So give a shout out to them and have your pets spayed or neutered. Yeah.
I love it.
The only thing I'm going to say is hello to my brand new niece, Cecilia Jo Carey, who was born
Cecilia.
2 months ago.
Congratulations, John.
Yeah. She's a precious little peanut.
Yeah. She's super cute. I saw
She's
pictures.
an actual cute baby.
Yeah. It's not one of
She
those
doesn't
babies
look
where you
like
look
an
and go,
old man.
bless her heart.
Yeah, it's not. No, this is like a legitimately cute baby. She's going to look like me.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up here for the women's episode. So for Lauren, for Katie, for Toni, and for Lisa, I'm Carmela. And this has been Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Trivial Warfare. To learn more about the show and become a warhead yourself, visit trivialwarfare.com. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes or in any other good podcast app. And find us on Facebook or Twitter by searching Trivial Warfare. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. If you need help with your podcast, find it at propodcastingservices.com.
Yeah, so we're just going to have to make sure we remember to talk about what we secretly talked about out loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing. So
Is this the first time ever doing it like this?
yeah,
Like,
we
this is my
never
first time
do
doing
it like this. So either
Oh.
we have a team in the room or a solo play in the room and then people online, or we've
Right.
never done it this way. So this is going to be different.
Women are the guinea pigs.
Of course we are.
Because we can handle it, that's why.
You can do it.
Yeah, it's going to go flawless this time, and the next time you try it with a bunch of dudes, it's
Nah,
just gonna,
it's not gonna
It's
work.
going to fall apart.
Yeah. I like that all this dude bashing is like recorded at the beginning anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
I just swore, so it's
That every
unuseful.
other month.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how Jonathan starts the show. You'd think I'd remember after 4 years.
Welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare.
that's it.
I am Jonathan Oakes, and no, I'm not.
Joel's going to have a real fun time editing this. Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, Nelson is a floor sleeper too. My mom sent this like really nice handmade fleece bed from the United States for him, and he won't touch it. Like it weirds him out or something. Like he'll like grab it by his mouth and like drag it around the house like a dog would to a stuffed toy, but he won't sit in it. It's like,
I have
you
a bunch of-
ungrateful little prick. Like,
I have a bunch of cat beds that went entirely unused until we got a dog. The dog uses the cat beds, and she like hangs out the side of them. She's like just barely bigger than the cat's.
Yeah, like your dog's almost cat size.
Yeah. So then I got a dog bed so she could like stretch out, and no, she still sleeps in the cat beds. The cats, however, love the big dog bed. So
see, it all worked out.
Everybody's happy.
I'll get used.
Yeah, they're all happy though.
Troy and Bella sleep wherever they want.
Troy and Bella sleep in bed with me.
Yeah.
Troy's my little cuddle buddy. He gets to a point like he'll I'll have to
forget Daniel. Troy.
No, it's true. It's true. I have to pick up the covers, and Troy kind of sneaks under and like curls up like right at the small of my back. And I'm telling you what, there's nothing like just like a big, warm, sleeping Doberman to make you feel like
I'll never be cold again.
I'll never be cold. And if somebody were to break in, they would have a rude awakening.
Yeah, they'd have a real big surprise.
Real big. 2 big ones. Yeah. Really is weird to message each other back and forth with this.
No, isn't it?
It's odd. Because I feel like in some ways saying things out loud gets you to the point where it's like you're typing, you're a little more editing yourself down a little bit. So this is interesting.
There's vodka in that water bottle.
Yeah. It's a vodka soda. It's not Soda Stream water.
It's Soda Stream. I have grapefruit flavor in it though. Ooh. It's fancy.
It's fancy.
I love being able to carbonate at will.
It's a strange amount of power that you get with being able to carbonate things at will.
Seriously. And then when you take it off the machine, it sounds like the doors of a spaceship opening. It's like, like, yeah, that's it. One time I carbonated too much. It just pulled it off. It's like, with great power comes great responsibility.
Troy's like, Mom, you're all wet.
Then he's licking it off the floor. Why does this water hurt my tongue? No. My dog, Oh my God.
Wait, are they locked in?
Yeah,
they are.
Locked in. Yeah, we are.
We're locked in.
That's what I was saying when I said I was going to poop. I'm going to lock. How does it get poop from lock?
Because I think you type the word poop a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
Lisa, what kind of what kind of fountain pen are you using? Because I'm sitting over here also with a fountain pen.
So my husband, as I mentioned, is out at a pen show, leaving me alone today. And you know that episode of The Simpsons where Homer buys Marge a bowling ball? So my husband buys me the pens.
Oh my God.
Those are incredible.
That's this one I think is a Lammy, and this one is a little custom shop. This one we call the unicorn barf pen.
Yeah, that's apropos.
All right, so
what do you have?
It's a Twisby Eco. I have a few sitting around here. They're all clear though. I like the clear ones.
Please do. I do too. And do not take any offense that I called him a pen nerd.
No.
I don't think anyone here is going to be offended by the word nerd.
No. Or even pen.
That word has been thoroughly taken back.
I have tons of pens.